Welcome back, everyone, to Gaming and Reactions. And today we got another one. And yesterday I did a live stream in regard to the Starfield start screen, comments that was making its way around social media. And I gave my thoughts and opinions on the startup screen. And as you can see in front of us right now, apparently this is the startup screen for Starfield. Now, apparently, Bethesda's Pete Hines tweeted and later deleted the tweet. He was responding to, I guess, the tweets in regard to the startup screen for Starfield. And when he deleted it, apparently someone out on Reddit was able to capture the tweet, and it's still making its way around social media. So, as you see, the headlines here says Bethesda Pete Hines calls out former Blizzard WoW team lead over rushed Starfield start screen comments. Now, I took a look at the startup screen. As you can see, it's right here in front of you. I don't see any issue, with the startup screen. I mean, the only thing that stands out here that me personally, I would probably get rid of or allow it to come in, as you click on the start menu. I mean, whatever the case may be. But the box in the top right corner, I think makes it's not appealing to me. Now, if they was to get rid of the box, I mean, the startup screen is fine. I mean, it looks fine. It's not cluttered. And you have to keep in mind, you're not playing the startup screen. You're playing the game. So I don't understand the noise that's going around social media about the startup screen. I mean, there's plenty of startup screens for plenty of games that looks this clean. You don't have a lot going on in the startup screen. So um, I just don't understand. But we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this. So hang tight with your boy. So update as of 8/21, Xbox Studio Enzo, I think that's how you say that. I don't know. Let me know. Entertainment has commented on the matter below with a rather sarcastic tweet. Unfortunately, the tweet has since been deleted, but on Reddit, someone seemingly managed to grab what the studio wrote on Twitter. So here's what I got to say, man. You got to be careful what you tweet or Z, whatever you want to call it, because someone somewhere is watching, or someone spends their time 24/7 on Twitter or on these social media platforms, and they are ready, 100% ready, capture so that they can get it out there. And then the whole narrative, it just is been spun in different directions, and people have their opinions, their thoughts, etc., etc. Then sometimes it's taken out of context, and then it's just go viral. So be careful what you say, how you say it, and also read what you type before you hit the send button, so you don't make yourself look crazy. So let's keep it moving. We are moving all dev resources now. I'm assuming Pete Hines is saying, making this statement here. We are, because it's in quotes, right? We are moving all dev resources off the game and onto the start screen. Now you can see how sarcastic he's being right here, or also at the same time, he's that emotional piece of it comes out and like, dude, are you serious right now? So we're gonna, why are we having this conversation about the startup screen and it being rushed? The campaign will be 45 minutes long, but the start screen will be 20 plus hours. I mean, you have to give it to the man, right? I'm like, guys, come on. You guys are being ridiculous, right? People are being ridiculous, trying to find anything and everything to start something that doesn't really need to be started, right? I mean, I know Starfield is one of those most anticipated games for this year, and it's, man, like I said, we are nearing the release date of it, and there's a lot of gamers are looking forward to playing this game. Okay, but if, I mean, you have a lot of time on your hands if you want to come out and complain about the startup screen for a game, then you're gonna have to have that same energy for previous games and games that are coming out in the future. Because if the startup screen looks simplistic, just like the Starfield startup screen, this is ridiculous. So I can understand his point. I don't think he really said anything that out the ordinary, or made any type of statement where it would come back to haunt him. It's just, me personally, I wouldn't really entertain it, you know. But by him making the statement here, I don't see anything wrong with it, because it just makes perfect sense. Like, dude, you're entertaining something that doesn't really need to be entertained. So, and why are you even doing this? All right, let's go ahead, and we have the original story. So shout out to D Nice, man, again, for keeping the gaming and reactions channel up to date with the news. He has been doing an exceptional job. So I had to make him part of the news team. So he's been doing great. So original story, Professor Pete Hines has taken to Twitter to comment on a recent tweet by Starfield's start screen from former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Kern. Okay. Yesterday, Kern posted a tweet by Starfield's start screen stating that start screens can reveal a lot about the game's development and how the development team feels about their work on a particular game. According to the former Blizzard employee, the start screen of Bethesda's highly anticipated title shows either hurried deadlines or a lack of interest. Really? I'm going to try to say this word, physiognomy? Physiognomy? Let's move on. Of start screens, Kern wrote on Twitter yesterday. The start screen of a game can reveal a lot about how rushed the team was and how much pride they took in their work. I don't understand his logic there, but okay. Starfield's start screen either shows hasty shipping deadlines by a passionate team, overworked, or a team that didn't care. All right. So it's going to be very interesting then, when Starfield hits consoles, hits the PC, hits whatever platform that you are prepared to play it on, and the game is amazing. The game comes out, the graphics are amazing, the performance is amazing. Everything that's on screen is just amazing. Space is amazing. Everything looks amazing. Everything plays well. So, Mr. Kern, Mark Kern, what do you say then? So, like I stated in my live stream yesterday, we're just going to have to wait, sit back. When the game comes out, we'll watch the gameplay. We'll watch how the game performs, how it looks, etc., etc. There's so much that's riding on Starfield at this point for Xbox, okay? So let's sit back, wait. Game comes out, play it. I'm pretty sure once the embargo lifts, those who have received a review copy, they're gonna put out their thoughts and opinions, their reviews, etc., and we'll probably get the opportunity to see some of the gameplay. Depends on what's the language in the embargo, or what they can and cannot do as far as those who have a review copy. So I don't know. Do you think Mark Kern is gonna have to eat his words? We're just gonna have to wait and see. In his follow-up tweet, he wrote, "Start screens are often done at the very end of development." Okay. He then said that teams that take pride want to put a good face forward and will often redo these just prior to the game going live. Again, guys, I don't see anything wrong. Again, I just don't like the little box up in the top right corner. I don't think that is needed to make this even cleaner. It's just, I don't think it's necessary to have so much on the startup screen. It's what purpose? I know people like the appeal, of certain startup screens, etc. They may want more, etc. You can't please everyone, right? It's just not going to happen, especially not on this planet, right? So, with that being said, I can only speak for myself. It looks good. It's clean. It's simplistic. Do away with the box with the little narrative. You'll be A-okay. In my eyes, I don't understand why Mr. Kearns is making these assumptions, right? Because that's what they are, they're assumptions, even though he has experience. But the question is, has he even seen the gameplay for Starfield? Has he even played the game? You see what I'm saying? So those are assumptions. So great, he's had experience, with startup screens, etc. He's done video. But that's, to me, I feel like that's irrelevant based on his statement. We just have to wait and see what the game looks like, etc. So hopefully I'm making sense here. I'm not reading too much into it, or if I'm way off base, let me know down in the comment section how you feel about it and how you feel about my opinion and my reaction to this. This is not, I don't think it warrants the round. So to continue this, he says, apparently these comments from Kern didn't sit well with Bethesda's head of publishing, Pete Hines. According to Hines, Starfield's start screen has been the same for years and was actually one of the first things that the development team settled on. Okay. In addition, Hines said that Kern's comments are quite unprofessional coming from another developer. Or they designed what they wanted, and that's been our menu for years and was one of the first things we settled on, Hines wrote on Twitter. He continued, having an opinion is one thing. Questioning out a developer's care because you would have done it differently is highly unprofessional coming from another dev. So that's what I meant earlier. Like, you may have had experience in, creating video games, whatever your role was in developing video games, whether it's the startup screen, or if you were an engineer, or you did the art or the combat, et cetera, et cetera. However, it's this is startup screens are common, right, these days, when they're being very simplistic. I mean, there's tons of games out there that has very simple startup screens. So I don't understand why this needs to be entertained now, because, like I said earlier, you have to have the same vibe for previous games and upcoming games. Then when it comes to the startup screens, I think this is ridiculous. So when you're going out to other developers based on a startup screen, trying to put it into this light, saying that, okay, this is the passion that these developers have when developing Starfield. It's like saying they wasn't interested. They like, maybe they were overworked, or et cetera, or this and that. They didn't have all the resources. They didn't have any real passion at developing the game. That makes no sense. How can you tell through a startup screen? I don't understand that. So um, honestly, we kind of like Starfield start screen. It's fine to me. It's clean. It provides a glimpse at what the game's about. Starfield. I mean, Starfield. What is your take on this matter? Well, I pretty much kind of gave my thoughts and opinions throughout this conversation here with you guys and gals. And that's where I'm going to stand, because it's about a startup screen. That's it. And I think the startup screen is perfectly fine. It's no big deal. Starfield releases globally on PC, Xbox Series X, and S on September 6th. So I need to have that glued into my head. September 6th is when this game comes out. Some people will get it earlier, depends on what edition of the game that you have purchased. The game is Bethesda's first entirely new IP in 25 years. So I'm going to assume that I was right when I did my live stream yesterday. This game has been in development for 25 years. That's what I've heard, and that's what was making the rounds. So it seems like that is true. So 25 years in the making, then this game have to show up come September 6th, or it's going to be another another war between the fanboys and fangirls. So we'll see what happens. The game, everything you need to know. Article about the game for more interesting details. Well, Starfield is all over the place right now. It's all over social media. There's plenty of articles about Starfield, et cetera, et cetera. Even from the fanboy side, they keep it going. They keep this going. Keep advertising, keep marketing Starfield until it releases. And once it releases, they're still going to continue to market and advertise it. I'm pretty much talking about from the fanboy side of things, and also from publishers and news articles, et cetera, based on how the game looks and performs. Okay, and then you have some requirements here when it comes to PC in order to play Starfield. I assume. So the minimum operating system is Windows 10, AMD Ryzen 5 2600X, Intel Core i7 6800K, 16 gigabytes of RAM, AMD Radeon RX 5700, NVIDIA GeForce 1070 Ti. And then you go down here to the recommended. So this is going to be very interesting. Then you have your minimum. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be someone out there, maybe Digital Foundry. They're probably going to play the game with at the minimum requirements, and then they're going to play the game at the recommended requirements. So I would love to know how this is going to perform. This game is going to perform with the minimum requirements and also the recommended requirements. So the recommended requirements is Windows 10 or 11 with updates, processor AMD Ryzen 5 3600X, Intel i5 10600K. I know this one, whatever. Memory 60 gigabytes of RAM, AMD Radeon, pretty much similar to the top or higher. If you want to have better performance and also better graphic details. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, to summarize this up, my thoughts on the startup screen for Starfield. It looks clean. It's simple. Again, gamers are not going to play the startup screen. They're going to be playing the games. So the game is what matters at this point. Okay. What do you guys think of my thoughts and opinions around it? And what are your thoughts and opinions around it? Please share with me in the comment section below. Also, if you want more of my reactions to video games or any thing that you would like to see me react to, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, turn on notification bell and all, and make sure you send me whatever you want me to react to. I will make sure that we accommodate you and give you a shout out. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining me for my reaction to this. I think it's not nonsense at this point. So, whew, it is what it is. So be prepared. Starfield, September 6th, dropping PC, consoles. I'm pretty sure it's coming to Game Pass day one, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next reaction video when it comes to Starfield. Can't wait. Take care.